Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're watching. It does help us out a lot. And join our Facebook group if you haven't. It's called Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. We have a lot of fun in there, but we also learn, and it's a really great positive environment. There's a link in the description box for you, or you can just search for us on Facebook and you'll find us. Today's video is what sold on Poshmark in the month of November. Y'all, our Poshmark has blown up. We have done so well on this platform in November. Does it compare to eBay sales? Is it overtaking our eBay sales? No. eBay has always been our best platform to sell on, and it gets the most sales out of all of our platforms. But going along with the advice I always give you of, don't compete with anybody but yourself. Well, I try not to let my platforms really compete with each other. Poshmark doesn't need to outperform eBay for me to say this was a really great selling month on Poshmark. Poshmark outsold itself. So Poshmark did really well. I don't think it will ever outperform our eBay. But for being Poshmark, it was amazing. Our sales have exploded. Typically in the past, when I did these what sold on Poshmark videos, I pulled up every single sale from the month just to have enough to show you to make the video valid. This is the first time I've ever had to pick and choose my sales on Poshmark to keep the video of a decent length the way I do when I do these what solds for eBay. When I show you the jeans that sold on eBay, I always kind of pick and choose the best bolos and, the bread and butters I want to share. So this month was the first time on Poshmark I've ever had to just kind of pick and choose. So there are some sales that I'm not even showing you. These are the good ones. It still looks like a lot to me. So yes, not comparing Poshmark to anybody but itself, just like you should be doing with your own selves. It really, really outperformed itself. And I know why. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we've been sharing Poshmark more. I know sharing Poshmark is a pain in the ass, and I know everybody hates doing it, and everybody complains about it. And we're guilty of that as well. For a long, long time, probably for years, Keith and I would treat Poshmark as kind of a set it and forget it platform. We would cross-post over there and list our items only because cross-posting items with List Perfectly is so easy. It's crazy not to. And by the way, if you're not using List Perfectly to cross-post and manage your inventory, I can tell you it's the best thing that we've ever done for our business. And you can try it 30% off your first month with code flippinhippos. And then if you don't like it, you can cancel with no repercussions. But try it for 30% off. You'll see what I mean. It makes it so super easy that we just cross-post all the things to all the platforms all the time because it's like a click of the mouse and you're done. So we would always cross-post to Poshmark, but that was it. It was a set it and forget it platform. Then they came out with the bulk cross-posting tool, which made it super easy to share your items. So we were like, okay, well, we'll start sharing again. But we were really only doing it like once a day when we remembered. So what I started doing in November was constantly sharing in the background. Now, I will add an asterisk to that. You have to be careful. There is such a thing as the Poshmark share jail. From what I understand, you can share 10,000 items in a 24-hour period. So you have to figure out how many active listings you have and how many times you can share your closet in a 24-hour period. If you have 3,000 or more, you may be looking at 2 or 3 times a day. If you have a couple hundred, you can just keep sharing all day, right? So you have to do the math for yourself to keep yourself from going into share jail. But what I do is in the background here, it's just sharing. And then when it gets through this cycle, I'll go back in and use the bulk tool again. If you don't know how to do that, let me show you real quick because it's so super easy. You go to your closet. Down here on the right side is this little wrench looking thing. Click that, share to followers, You want to make sure you go down the left side here and say available items, because you don't want to share your solds, right? You just want your available. You click select all, and then you just scroll down. You can actually click in the middle of your mouse scrolly button and just pull your mouse down. It'll do it automatically for you hands-free. And you can also do this on the phone. You can go into your closet, click that wrench tool, change it to just available items, and scroll down and have it do it in bulk. I just have it do this all day. I have to check it every once in a while. It will ask you if you're a robot. You have to say no. So every once in a while that'll pop up and you want to say no to that. But if you can remember to start it like first thing in the morning and just kind of check it once in a while to make sure that it hasn't asked you if you're a robot or if you need to reset it to start over again, it has made an immense, tremendous difference on our sales. Our Poshmark is doing so well. So keep that in mind. Share often, share a lot. The bulk tool makes it easy. You don't have to sit here anymore and share one by one. You can do it in bulk, and you can kind of just do it all day in the background and not even worry about it. And I'm going to tell you right now, we haven't really done much else except be more actively listing than we were when we were in the middle of the move. So let's jump into the sales. We're going to start with the plush. This is a dandy bunny rabbit. He sold for only $8. I'm okay with that. That would have been like the equivalent of $12 on eBay because I build shipping in on eBay. And I'm always willing to take a little bit lower offers here on Poshmark because they pay for the shipping. Dandy is a pretty good brand. Some of them, like this bunny, is going to, sell for a little bit less and be a little disappointing. But most of Dandy, especially their holiday plush and the larger ones, do really well. Or they're just solid bread and butter. So I like Dandy. I always pick them up. Hershey's Kisses, female. I said she's a female because she has eyelashes. The males look different to me. This is something I probably wouldn't source again. This is the petting zoo, which is part of the Hershey Park here in Pennsylvania. But I've had a couple of these kisses in the past, and they just take so long to sell. And when they finally do, it's not for very much. This one sold for $11. Aurora Spotted Snowy Owl sold for $10. Some of the Aurora animals do really comp high. This owl just didn't. It's smaller, and it may be because of the FAU bandana on it. But again, they pay shipping on Poshmark. So this owl would have sold for $14 or $15 on eBay, and this would have been like a $15, $16 sale on eBay. So not too shabby. Pretty good bread and butter plushies here. I wanted to show you the back end here real quick because this sale was for $20 and this sale was for $14. So here's what this is. It's a Disney Cruise Line Captain Mickey Mouse Christmas tree ornament. We've had these for a couple of years. We found them at a yard sale maybe 2-3 years ago. May have been a church sale. Anyway, there were boxes of them, and each box had like 20, and I think we got 3 or 4 boxes, and they were $1 a box. So we got, I want to say maybe 80 to 100 of these. It's been so long, for $4. So that was a no-brainer. They usually don't sell until we get closer to Christmas time. I keep them listed all year round because things will sell all year round. I have sold a couple of my Disney Cruise Line Captain Mickey's in the summertime, in the spring, but usually around Christmas, they'll start to pick up. I think we have like 14 or 15 of them left. So we've just had them for a couple of years. They're in their boxes they came in, and we just keep them listed on all the platforms all year, and they'll just sell slowly until they all sell. But $4 for all of them. I mean, you made your money back on the first Mickey, and now it's just all icing on the cake. And this one sold for $20, and then, like I said, the other one sold for $14. Or this one sold for $20. This one sold for $14 on the best offer. But yeah, we sold 2 on Poshmark last month. Obviously, people are getting ready to decorate their Christmas trees, right? Tommy Bahama men's jeans, bolo, bolo, bolo. I cannot say the word bolo enough when it comes to Tommy Bahama men's jeans. Most folks think of Tommy Bahama and they think of the bright, vivid, wild, graphic Hawaiian t-shirt. Not t-shirts, button front shirts, sorry. The wild, graphic button front shirts. And those are great too. But folks don't think about the jeans. And I don't find these in the wild very often. They're not something I find all the time. But when I find them, I will pay up to $6 or $7 for them. They sell fast and they sell for lots of money. These sold for $36. I probably would have gotten more like $45 on eBay, which is the same thing because of shipping. I just love Tommy Bahama's jeans. Forever 21, this is kind of a, mall brand, mid-grade, low-end, bread and butter. I do love selling them though. I mean, $19 on Poshmark. That nets you $15.20 profit. If you're getting these for 99 cents, you've made $14. So don't discredit Forever 21 if you do like to do volume sales. We have an ugly Christmas sweater here. Picked this up for 99 cents. Not even a great brand. In fact, this has been around for a while, and I really should have gone in and changed the title as we were getting towards Christmas. What I've started doing, what I have learned, because we're always learning, right? And the way you did something last year or 2 years ago may not be viable anymore. Things change. The way the coding and the algorithms and Google and eBay and everybody does their searches does change over time. So, we're always learning. But what I have learned recently is when you have a brand like this that no one's looking for, come on, no one is searching for all points. People search for True Religion and Madewell and Tommy Bahama. They're not looking for all points. So if I were to relist this or redo this listing now, I would keep that out of the title and just put ugly Christmas sweater, women's size extra large. That would be how I would reword this. That way I would have ugly Christmas sweater up front first in the title, then that it's a women's, and then the snize. Then I would have the snize, guys. Then the snowman and the other keywords. So just something to keep in mind. All year, really. Check your old listings. Delist, relist them, or whatever. Just update them. However you want to do it. But check your old listings. Maybe decide. I've learned more than I used to know and change your titles around. One thing I do like to do that I guess I skipped this one or missed it somehow. Whenever we're getting towards new holidays, because Christmas is new. We've never done Christmas before. I'm not editing that. One thing I do like to do as we get closer to a holiday is go through my listings for that holiday and double check the titles, the pictures, and sometimes I'll even raise the prices because the demand goes up. So this sold for $18. Still happy with that. For 99 cents into $18 on Poshmark. Again, that's a $13.40 profit after cost. Grace in LA. These came from a ThredUp box. So I did list them. And discovered that, oh my gosh, Grace in LA is not that bad of a brand. I would pick this up in a thrift if I saw it. $28. BKE women's jeans, $22. I like BKE women's as bread and butter. I won't pay much more than $2 for them. They sell for between 20 to 30. The BKE men's jeans are where it's at. Those are $1. Hudson. I love Hudson. If you watched my jeans that sold on eBay video, I talked a little about these and mentioned that I had sold some on Poshmark as well. Here's the other pair. So I sold 2 pairs of Hudson jeans on Poshmark last month. This pair sold for $35 and this pair sold for $29. I have this like this because I sold 2 pairs of jeans in a bundle to one buyer. Both went for $30. Sorry, they're $5.25s. That pair and this pair, and they sold for $30 a piece. So that was a $60 bundle sale of 2 pairs of Levi's 525s. And you can see they're kind of not that great of a size. Most folks are going to tell you size 14 and up is where it's at in jeans. And that's true with most brands. You want size 14 and up, or you want the really small junior sizes, size 0, 00. Those are the sizes that are harder for women to find. Women who are very small or plus sized have a harder time shopping than those average sizes, you know. So most brands size 6 to 12 I ignore or won't source. But there's certain brands I'll pick up in any size, and Levi's is one of them. St. John's women's pants. I got these a long time ago. St. John, and don't confuse this with St. John's Bay from JCPenney's. This is St. John. This is a Bolo brand, or at least it used to be. I know the blouses and the dresses go for a lot of money and sell very quickly. I have only ever found 2 pieces of St. John ever in 5.5 years of reselling. This pair and an orange pair, and they were next to each other at the thrift. So the only 2 pieces I ever found were together on the rack, an orange and a gray pair of pants. They were 99 cents, believe it or not. But they've been around forever. Forever, ever. And they finally sold for $27. I think I still have the orange pair. Torrid. This is a really good brand for plus size clothing. The thing is, though, it doesn't sell for as much as it used to. It's kind of one of those brands that has been a victim of that race to the bottom. So I really don't pay a lot for Torrid anymore. But if I find it for 99 cents, a couple bucks, all day long, I would buy it all of it. These sold for $18. Vineyard Vines polo shirt. Vineyard Vines is a no-brainer. I always pick up Vineyard Vines anytime I find it. I have sold pajamas, women's shirts, men's shirts, jeans, you name it. I love this brand. Look for the little whale. This sold for $30. This is a Dry Superjets vintage shirt. So we didn't source this. It came to us in a wholesale lot and was $1, averaged out. But now we know to look for this super dry tag. We learned that from that lot. This sold for $19. Another pair of Levi's. These are the 580 boot cuts. $24 is what these sold for. So I picked this up because of what it is. It is a retro 80s jacket. It's got the collar block, very reminiscent of the 80s. It was 99 cents. It took like 4 years to sell. So I don't know. I just don't know if I'd ever pick this up again or anything like it. I probably would, because I feel like 80s and 90s does do well. I guess it just depends on the size and what it is. I really thought this would sell for a lot more and a lot faster, but it did sell for $30. And more Tommy Bahamas men's jeans. These ones sold for $45. Get those Tommy Bahama jeans when you find them, guys. And then last but not least, this is my highlight sale. This is my BOLO of the month. 7 for All Mankind Dojo jeans. You guys hear me talk about these all the time, and I never find them. I sell 7 for All Mankind jeans all the time, and I tell you guys, hey, these are a great bread and butter brand. Don't pay up for them. They usually sell for like $35, maybe $40 on the high end. The Dojo jeans are where it's at, and I have only ever found 2 pairs. I was so excited to find these. I found them just a couple of weeks ago. They were in a haul video that I did. And when I listed them, they sold in under an hour. It took less than an hour for these to sell at full asking price. I priced them on the high end. Okay, the comps that I looked at and the folks that gave me advice told me to list them for $50. I listed them for $60, and they sold in under an hour. And these are just so cool. I can't even stand it. They're flared. Look at these huge bell bottoms. So I did put bell bottom flare. The leg opening was like 20 inches. So that's 10 inches across when it's flat, and then you double it for the leg opening. These are just so stinking cute. Like if I was skinnier, I want to wear these. I love these old bell bottom jeans. Anyway, dojo jeans are going to say dojo on the waistband. And they're going to have these 7s on the pockets. See the 7s? And that's how you know what they are. I did pay up for these. And I'd pay up for them again. $60 sell within an hour of being listed. That is a really good sell. After fees, it's $48. And then I believe we paid, I want to say $6. I did tell you in the haul video how much we paid for them. But we made more than $40 profit. So look for the dojo jeans. I'm so excited about these because I talk about them all the time and tell you guys to look for them, and I never find them. And then I found them, and then I listed them, and then they sold really fast, and they sold on the best platform they could have sold on because they paid the full price of $60. The buyer also paid the shipping, and all sales on Poshmark are final. There's not going to be a return for fit. If these had sold on eBay, the buyer could have had remorse and decided I didn't want to spend $60 on jeans and then opened up a return for any reason, or they just didn't fit or whatever. So this was the best outcome for these jeans, guys. Round of applause for my dojo jeans. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about Poshmark or reselling in general, leave them in the comments down below. Go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.